Hi, it's Jonathan L Segal, and this is episode 3 of Piano and Musicality Lessons with me, Jonathan L Segal. We're going to do a couple of things today. We're going to further explore the circle of fifths, and I'm going to demonstrate it in a real-life situation by playing you two very famous songs that are very different from each other, but they both use the circle of fifths. And then I'm going to play some more blues, except this time I'm going to show you some elements to use in your improvisation. Foist things foist, circle. Okay. All right, just to remind you, there's the circle. It likes to go counterclockwise. If you happen to start on C, you see F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat. I called it C, F, B, G, and then B, E, A, D, G with sharps. Bidga, C, F, Bidga, Bidga. That's so easy to remember. I think I've got it, C, F, Bidga, Bidga. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate two famous songs. What they're both going to do, they're both going to go A minor, D7, G7, C, F, and then they're going to cut across, start going around again. B minor 7, flat 5, E7, A minor. So they're going to go like this, kind of like a big letter D. But the main thing is that chords tend to go this way. First one, originally written in 3/4, Fly Me to the Moon, but once Quincy Jones did a version for Frank Sinatra, it was more like... Okay, but we're concerned with this part. Okay, there's the circle. Here comes the progression that I just mentioned. Starting at A minor 7, I'll make it real simple. If I play them as root chords, A minor 7, D minor 7, G7, C, F major 7, B minor 7, flat 5, E7, A minor. But nobody wants to play it like that. I might do like this. Or... But the main thing is that it used that progression moving in the circle. Here comes the other song written many years later by the great Paul McCartney for the Beatles. It says Lennon-McCartney, but I'm pretty sure it's a McCartney tune. You Never Give Me Your Money from Abbey Road. Okay, what is it going to do? A minor 7, D minor 7, G, C, F, cuts across, B minor 7, flat 5, E7, A minor. Hey, it's the same chord progression as Fly Me to the Moon, but it doesn't sound like it. Here it is. A minor 7, D minor 7, G7, C, F, B minor 7, flat 5, E7, A minor. Don't know what it says on the sheet music, but that's how I played it for a million years. Those songs are real different. A swing tune, a ballad, but they have the same chord progression. That's the big deal about the circle of fifths. How do I practice chords in the circle of fifths? I think we started talking about it last week. I would take my basic chords like C major, and I'm going to go right around the circle. Root position. C, F, E flat, E flat, A flat, D flat. Boring, huh? But ways to make it more interesting. Give it a bass. C, F, D flat, E flat. Still pretty boring. A little more rhythm. Or swing. But the chords are still boring. So we don't really play chords this way. We practice and learn chords this way. Get to know your 12 major triads. You can't escape them. They're coming for you. But in real life, C, F, B flat, E flat, I don't move. I use inversions. How do you learn an inversion, which is just cartwheeling a chord? So, trust me on this. Oh, don't you hate people who say that? Don't just practice. First learn them in root position, but then learn to invert your chords, folks. C major. major. And what's next in the circle? F, you say. Do it, do it, do it. B flat. And after you've done this a lot and you know all your chords, you can go, I don't want to jump to F up here. Well, I could just stay right here. Or you learn to get from one chord to another in a small space. It sounds better. If I was writing for a chorus, hello, the tenors are going hello, and the altos are going hello, and the sopranos are going hello, and they want to switch to the F chord, they're going to go like this. Hello, hello, you get 90 people going. Okay, that's called smooth voice leading. Okay, that's the circle. You could work on the circle forever, but the two things I want you to walk out with are learn all your chords. Learn it by inversion. C, F. If I hit a wrong note, don't you do it. B flat. You know what they say in the music business? You gotta be sharp or you're gonna be flat. So always be natural. Something like that. Okay, now let's talk about the blues. We talked about a 12-bar blues last week. It's not the same as the circle. It has a relationship to the circle. If I was doing a blues in C, I'm going to use C7, F7, and G7. And they are essentially one corner of the circle. So they're not unrelated to this circle. Okay, so here's what we did last week. Or 2 octaves. Use this fingering if you like, or if I use the whole 12 bars, C, F, C. 4th bar is C, and now 5th bar, F. 6th, 7th, 8th, going to G, 9, 10, 11, 12. What did I do? 11, 12. What does that tell you? It tells you there's more. Okay, simple improv. I'm using this scale. You could use this scale all day. And of course, in real blues playing, I might go out of the scale, but this is the basic scale you hear in a lot of Chicago blues, electric blues, B.B. King, Buddy Guy, Muddy Waters, great players like that. Okay. So let's add something to it. Okay, what should we add? Let's add thirds. Those are thirds. But Jonathan, that's not in the blues scale. I don't care. It's outlining the C7 chord. Hey, that note's... What'd you do with that, Jonathan? You didn't just play a third, you played a sliding note, you bet. Trying to make the piano talk. Fingering's up to you. I could use 3 and 5 or 2 and 4. Okay, thirds. Then I go to F. Thirds. G7. Now, if I only use thirds, whatever you do, if you do enough of it, it's going to get boring. So mix it up. Single notes, thirds, single notes, thirds. Another tip, one more tip. The basic element of rhythm in the right hand is going to be eighth notes. But they're not straight eighth notes, they're blues jazz eighth notes. Blues notes, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. To play on every eighth note, put in a rest, make it interesting. Other element that we're going to add is triplets. Triplet, 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 triplet. Now a lot of people have trouble coordinating the two hands, but if you really slow it down, it makes sense. The first note of the triplet is with the left hand. The second one's all by itself. Third one's with the left hand. So it's going to be both right, both right, both right, both. Learn to do this. Triple lip, triple lip. A lot of great blues is slow, so you don't have to play it fast. Eighth notes. Triplet. Thirds. Okay, so we talked about the circle, talked about ways to practice your chords. I'm not kidding you. Don't let it go by the wayside. Get to know all your major triads and all the inversions. Learn how to get from any one to any other in any order. Not everything happens in the circle. And then try with minor triads. Minor triads have 3 half steps on the bottom and then 4 on top, as opposed to major triads, which have 4 half steps on the bottom and 3 on top. This has been episode 3 of Piano Musicality Lessons, whatever it was, with Jonathan Segal.